Good evening, sports fans. Welcome to Sports Roundup here on this Thursday night, April 2nd, 2015. Good evening, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins here. Let's show you how found at the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, Michigan, where the Boston Bruins squared off against the Detroit Red Wings as the Boston Bruins are still holding on to that final wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference. Says the game is scores for the first period, and then in the second period at 9:19, the Detroit Red Wings went on the board first on a Luke Glennon goal, a backhand shot with assist from Denny DeKaiser and Stephen Weiss, 1-0 in favor of the Detroit Red Wings here. And then in the third period here, at 2:52 of the third period, Stephen Weiss, a power play goal, Rich shot goal with assist from Riley Sheehan and Mark Siddiqui, 2-0 in favor of the Red Wings here. But then at 5:05 of the third period, Carl Serberg, a power play goal, 13th goal season with assists from Riley Smith, 26 assists, and Brett Conley, 4th assist, 2-1. Bruins trail the Red Wings by 1. And then, 2 minutes and 14 seconds later, at 7:19, Loyal Erickson, a wrist shot goal, 21st goal of the season with assists from Riley Smith, 27 assists, and Carl Soderberg, 31st assist. Game started 2-2 apiece. And then, with 2:08 left in the third period, Zach Trotman, a Michigan native, scores his first NHL goal of the season. A wrist shot goal with assists from Brian Spooner, 10th assist, and Brett Conley, 5th assist, as the Boston Bruins come from 2-0 down to defeat the Detroit Red Wings 3-2, as now they improve their record to 40, 25, and 13 and 93 points, as now Boston Bruins are 1 point behind the Washington Capitals for the first wildcard spot in the East. During conference, and Boston's now 5 points ahead of Ottawa and 8 points ahead of Florida for the final wildcard spot in the Eastern Conference here. As Tuukka Rask netted 35 saves in net for the Boston Bruins here. Next up in the Dweebs, they'll be at a Saturday night showdown at the Garden against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Okay, other scores within the NHL here on this Thursday night there. With 3:48 left in the third period, Montreal Canadiens, Washington Capitals tied at 4-4 apiece. 3:30 in overtime period, Ottawa 1, Tampa Bay 1. As Ottawa gets the point, so now the Boston Bruins lead in the wildcard spots for the final wildcard spot over Ottawa is dwindled down to 4 points. 12:37 left in the third period, St. Louis Blues leading the Calgary Flames 2-1. 13:12 left in the third period, New York Rangers leading the Minnesota Wild 3-2. Through 2 periods in Chicago Blackhawks and the Vancouver Canucks 1-1 the score, and Los Angeles Kings and the Edmonton Oilers getting away by 10:30 p.m. Columbus Blue Jackets on a shootout win over the New York Islanders 4-3, and Florida Panthers over the Carolina Hurricanes 6-1. How about those plays? Come back, kids, in the third period here. Okay, let's take a look at some sports news here on this late Thursday night, 11:31 left in the fourth quarter. Cleveland Cavaliers over the Miami Heat, 91-72, as Kyrie Irving's got 23 points so far for the Cavaliers wall. Lon Jennings got 15 points so far for the Heat with 5 rebounds. In the battle of I-45, Dallas Mavericks leading the Houston Rockets 68-60 with 6:14 left in the third quarter. And Golden State Warriors Phoenix Suns get underway about 10:30 p.m. out in the Bay Area. Okay, take a look at the NIT Championship. Game here. With 17:20 left in the second half, it is Stanford leading Miami 34-26 at NIT Championship at Madison Square Garden in New York City. Here. And a look at the CIT men's basketball tournament. Evansville defeating Northern Arizona 71-65. Okay, let's take a look at some Major League Baseball spring training scores here. Bottom of the first, Los Angeles Angels and Los Angeles Dodgers, no score. Final tie, St. Louis Cardinals and the New York Mets, no score. Detroit Tigers defeat the New York Yankees split squad 3-2. New York Yankees have a split squad defeat Pittsburgh Pirates 6-2. Tampa Bay Rays pound the Philadelphia Phillies 10-1. Cleveland Indians over the Cincinnati Reds 4-3. San Diego Padres over the Milwaukee Brewers 6-5. Arizona Diamondbacks over the Chicago White Sox 10-2. Atlanta Braves over the Baltimore Orioles 6-5, and Boston Red Sox over the Minnesota Twins 8-5. And Houston Astros leading CC 7-4. Okay, let's take a look at some sports news here on this slate. Thursday night, the Los Angeles Dodgers are taking the top spot for another year, at least when it comes to Major League Baseball's finances here. The Dodgers have the top payroll across the entire league in 2015, blown away at the competition, including the New York Yankees. Indianapolis, towards the end of the NCAA President Mark Emmert's annual press conference here at the Final Four, a woman identified herself as a State House reporter, at which point Emmert smiled and asked her a question about if she could ask him one, as he deserves credit for the change he helped bring to Indiana. After practice on Wednesday at the Cleveland Clinic Courts, Cleveland Cavaliers forward Kevin Love said he had just changed his sweat-drenched jersey from all its strenuous activity. Scott Piercy tied a tournament record with a newly flawless 9-under par 63 on Thursday to take a 2-stroke lead after the first round of the Houston Open. In Davie, Florida, quarterback Josh Freeman has signed a one-year contract with the Miami Dolphins after sitting out last season as a 2009 first-round pick by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will have a difficult challenge in seeing Matt Moore as a backup. The Winnipeg Jets, Dustin Biff Fulgen, will be suspended for 4 games for cross-checking J.T. Miller. Texas Philadelphia Steve Patterson, busted by some needing the land. Shaka Smart. Duke's Mike Krzyzewski knows how to live close to the moment in the Final Four. In Key Biscayne, Florida, John Adler has a Final Four zone AZ Cruising and a Miami Open's Final Four. As with a clinical demonstration of power tennis, John Adler suffocated Kate Nishikori for the outset of the Miami Open clash. The Chicago Cubs have not to have halted construction. In Chicago, the Chicago Cubs don't have to halt construction on a Wrigley Field video board that will block game views of adjacent rooftop clubs. A federal judge ruled on Thursday dismissed the claims for the one-of-a-kind businesses that doomed. Quarterback Marcus Peters only completed a post-sessional workout at Thursday at Washington's Pro Day, but all he had needed to do was shorten the event to become a better prospect today than he was previously considered. On Thursday, Senator Gino Gradowski has passed his physical, completed straight from Baltimore, and Brandon Venton Anton Smith signed a 1-year, $2 million deal with the Denver Broncos. So that's going to be it for Sportsman up here on the slate. Thursday, April 2nd, 2015. Pierce, good night. I'll see you tomorrow night. Good night. And also the Wheaton Lions men's baseball team defeating Babson 9-5. How about the Lions? Good night. See you tomorrow.